I need to get my headphones, y'all. Today, I'm going live on the cell phone. Let me get my headphones. Only thing is, I don't know if this shit is hooked up to my headphones. Let's see. It look like it is. We back for another occult Sunday service. Another occult Sunday. I ain't get my juice. Let me get my juice though. And it don't look like we gonna be going from the streaming service today. I'm gonna be going straight off the phone. Going straight off the phone, gang. See this right here before I be to fuck some shit up. And I'm gonna be looking at YouTube from the laptop. Come man. We're a little bit early today, but that's okay. Hey, everything works in our favor anyway. No. Wait for somebody to tell me that I'm let's see. Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Yeah, we can hear him. Can we hear him? Yeah, we can hear him. We can hear that nigga, alright. That nigga is live tonight. Yeah, I know how we usually do. I need to get the what they call it. Get the link in the chat back. Let's see here. I'll post a link in the chat. But in fact, let me do that. Oh, people come in this so they can see you get the goddamn study guide, right? Oh, that's it right there. But that ain't the same one. I'm over here fucking around with So, welcome back, y'all. We back. I don't know who everybody is, but we back today. We is doing the unity and diversity. We is dealing with young yoga. How we do every weekend. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. And today you get the best gift of all, the gift of self-realization. That's what we tapping into today. So if you ain't never been over here with a nigga talking like a nigga talking about the highest of the highest spiritual concepts of self-realization, welcome. Over here we push cosmic P. Over here we push cosmic P. All right. So what I'm about to do right now is put inside the chat the study guide. So we're gonna get this study guide going from last week from God and everything, right? Remember that? Who was here? We ran over God and everything. Can you say happy birthday? I already told you happy birthday. Fast lane OTO. I don't know what the fuck that means. Y'all keep saying hi. I don't know if y'all hit a troll or not. But you ain't gonna get me. Let's see. Alright. We gotta get this shit going. Say hi. Appreciate you, y'all. Y'all come in and hit that like button. I should already have the same amount of likes as people in here coming in, as I know it ain't no new people coming in. It may be. I mean, it is in the chat, obviously. But new people, hit the like button. Hit the like button. I guess I get that email list in the chat sooner or later. Maybe I'll add it to the comments. I mean, not the comments, but y'all know the description, right? But if we can go ahead and get started with this right here. So last week we went over the chapter of Swami Vivekananda talking about God in everything. God in everything. What is the steps that you would take to overcome the suffering, right? First of all, it would be the path to understanding self, gaining knowledge of self. Gaining knowledge of self. Knowledge of self sounds like the coolest shit that everybody's been saying for fucking years, right? But it's more than just self. It's not like, let me understand my astrologist chart type self. See what I'm saying? Empress Divine, S-O motherfucking P. We're doing a little bit different day. I got to go live off the phone. My other camera on my computer acting funny. So in a minute, you know how we start off. You've been here. We're gonna start off with reviewing the last chapter, right? So we're going on. We're doing the God over. I mean, God in everything. That was the last chapter that we read last Sunday, and it breaks way to some type of radical thinking and spirituality because every spiritual system gets to talking about a good and an evil. Something's against me, and I got to fight against it. See, what Swami Vivekananda was stating in this chapter was definitely radical in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't following that principle. So what he said in this chapter was obviously rose of flame, peace, 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 peace. My God, much love, much love, much love. Can y'all? Am I coming through clear, y'all? Because I'm doing this through my phone and my headphones. So I want to make sure I ain't on the computer with the hoo 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 hoo. I ain't got that shit going. Somebody let me know if I'm coming through clear. If I get to running my mouth and don't nobody hear shit I'm saying. Appreciate you, Rose and Flames. Appreciate you. Y'all hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Oh shit. I can do shit like this. Hold up, y'all. I ain't know I can do certain shit like this. Hold up, y'all. Let's see if this shit pop up how I want it to pop up. Oh, y'all can see me. Y'all can see me like that. Oh shit. So, so if you was here from last week, then you understand that we came in standing on motherfucking P. And the P that we were talking about last week is seeing God in everything. Versus saying, yeah, that same shit I'm saying. I mean, I can't shrink myself. I ain't know you can do all this shit from the phone. I ain't never went live from my phone on YouTube. Damn. Hit the like button, y'all. The like should equal how many people sitting here watching. I know some of y'all might be at work, but please just snap that phone out and hit that like button and put it back in the pocket. Um, but yeah, so you know we last week. So right now I'm about to go over the study guide from last week as we always do before we get into the next chapter. Right, today's chapter is unity in diversity, which is going to be like a sequel to last week's chapter, which is God and everything. Breaking off from the illusion of separation. When you break off from the illusion of separation, you come into unity, right? So what basically, let's go through some of the key terms. Y'all know we don't go if you shit, man. If this is your first time here, we do give out a weekly study guide. Hold up, my ain't freezing. That's not the one. We give out a weekly study guide. So in the chat, I wish somebody was here to help me and drop the chat link in the bio in the comments because I gotta pull it up my damn self. Hold up. Hold up. Damn. There you go. So give me a second, y'all. I'm finna drop this in the chat. Everybody done shouted you out. Eli and told you happy birthday. He said appreciate you nut. Come on, Eli. You new over here, Eli. You can't be like that, man. Everybody showing you love, man. You ain't said nothing to them folk back, man. That ain't cool, man. We don't do that, man. Okay. So right there, I just dropped the link for the email list, so y'all will be. Matter of fact, the study guide is already made available for everybody. If you wanna, let me put it in the description. Can I do that while I'm live? Video. So we finna get it popping though. Hold up, y'all. I ain't never done this shit from my phone. So join the email list. Actually, Ben helped me set something up, so I'm gonna have to check out what Ben did for me as far as email marketing and promotion goes. We're working on something to be able to keep some weekly content because I ain't gonna be hitting y'all up daily. Hey, read this email. Hey, read this email. Hey, read this email. We ain't on that. So it should be in the chat for anybody. Let's take me to regular YouTube for anybody who wants to join the email list, and it should be in the description now. So let me get back over here and read last week's. Make sure it's on mute. And we're gonna read last week. So key terms from the chapter of God and everything. If you weren't here for that chapter, I advise you to go back and watch that the last live stream we did that says God and everything. Probably one of the most fire chapters in this whole book. But let's not jump to conclusions, because God damn it, Swami Vivekananda come with some fire shit. So one of the key themes, right, is obviously leading into what we're about to talk to now, which is what he said, unity. One of the key things was the unity of existence, is what he talked about. Oh no, you all good, bro. You hopping in at the right point then. You know you ain't never too late. Um It says unity of existence. Reality is one. All apparent diversities arise from ignorance or avidya, what they call avidya, which is ignorance. It doesn't mean you stupid and you can't tie your shoe. All that means is you just ignorant of the fact that you are that, which is a key phrase that they use in the Vedantic society. It is thou art that. Thou art that. You are that. And okay, I'm him. You are him. You are her. You are it. It's not even a him or her. It's a it. You are this God that we keep talking about, that we looking for, that we trying to find. That's it. That's it. That's it. Tat tam asi. That's it. Thou art that, or I am that. You are that. Same thing. Okay. So and then he went through the nature of reality, which is Brahma and Maya. Maya, we already know Maya the illusion, Maya the illusion. He didn't give a breakdown of Maya the illusion in that way. Instead, he said Maya the illusion is just a statement of facts. Not that simple, but we already know Maya the illusion is deeper than that. It's more to it than just it being an illusion. It's also an aspect of this P, this cosmic principle that we call God, or that they call Brahman, which is what? Consciousness. Now I think you spelled it right. I think you spelled it right. I think you spelled it right, Rose of Flames. So the nature of reality, he went through Brahman. Brahman is an unchanging reality, infinite, eternal, and blissful. So it's really called Sat Chit Ananda. Pure bliss, pure consciousness, and pure existence. Our existence is pure bliss, pure consciousness, and then pure existence. And but we, because I don't want to get too much into that, because he'll describe all of that. So we went through that, what Brahman is. That's why this guy Brahman, it doesn't, they don't have a picture of it. Thou shalt not engrave any false images in my name type shit. Like, and it makes sense, because how could you have a picture of consciousness? Think about that. How the fuck could you have a picture of consciousness? There's no way. The best way to do it is go look in a goddamn mirror. That's the best way you're gonna get to it. And that's why I fought with the system. It's not telling you about, oh look, because I got Ganesh back there. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Worship these guys and do all this and do all that, and then this God and this and this. Fuck all that. It's all one. And that guy that you talking about that you do fuck with, that you do rituals with, yeah, it just ain't. It's still the one. It's still the one. So if you understand that it's still the one, there's no reason to go anywhere else from their perspective, right? Respectfully, I know everybody won't agree with that, but we'll get deeper into that. And Maya is not nothingness, but a force that makes the one appear as many. So that's what we even when Trav had his live the other night, right? Shit in my beard. Even when Trav had his live the other night, what did he go into? Well, we got to talking about, especially based on my last video, what did we get to talking about? Maya is like this crystallized form that the light of consciousness shines through and makes all these different color rays. Depending on who sees it, they're gonna say it's this. Depending on who don't see it, you know what I'm saying? Depending on who see it, they're gonna say, look, the color looks like this. If I see it, it's blue. You see it, it's red. And then people get to arguing about, no, it's blue, no, it's red. And that's how religion get to having wars and people get to arguing about who right and who wrong. But that's what Maya do. All right. And then he went to the divine self, the Atman. I still got to finish that too. I had an Illuminati meeting. Hopefully they send some of that bread over, bro. Tell them folks if they want you, they gotta pay. If they want you, they got to pay. They gotta pay for the Rose of Flame. Rose of Flames ain't no cheapskate. Rose of Flames ain't no cheap hoe. They got into the divine self, which is the Atman. And I have this presentation coming up real soon. Right, I'm getting close to the end of the presentation or creating a presentation. That's actually going to encapsulate all of this information with all the occult information. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been seeing a lot of shit that I feel like us occultists have missed. And I got some fire shit. That's why I keep pulling my words back, y'all. It's not because obviously you been here before, you know a nigga know what the fuck to say, but I'm trying not to say all the shit that's gonna lead up and completely, you know what I'm saying, destroy the whole point of me doing this presentation. All right. So then we got into the Atman, right? Our true self is the Atman, which is not our ego or our body, but pure divine consciousness. Hey, my boy Zero, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, Rose Flame say, yeah, I felt that. All right, and then the limitations of the senses and reasoning. The senses and intellect cannot grasp the infinite. So if you already have been into Top with Shooty, you've already been into Dorana Darshan or Samkhya Darshan, you know what I'm saying? You get to understanding how these levels of the senses and how we are not the senses and how these senses, or if you've been in the Kabbalah, my book's over there because I'm doing my research. If you've been in the Kabbalah, you understand that a certain level, the human mind can't grasp higher level of concepts. Matter of fact, they're the best concept that we can get is really unfathomable for your average person unless they've been trained, unless they got some type of personal karma where they can just when they come into this life they make all these connections and end up here. Now you on to YouTube channels like this and popping shit like this and shit just popping up to you and you pushing Cosmic P. You see what I'm saying? So who knows who that may be? Not for me to say, just for you to figure out if it's you. Certain shit just makes sense. Only transcending them through spiritual practices. The only way you transcend through the mind is through these spiritual practices. We just gave a couple books. You want to get you some Talk with You, you want to get you some Dorana Darshan. Find books on practices. Do I have anything right here that I can just show? Well, you can get this book. Oh shit. How you Yeah. That's some Tibetan Buddhist shit. The Dzogchen. Yeah, non-dual shit. I've been tapped into non-dual shit, and you'll figure out right. All right, so now we get into renunciation. Renunciation and selflessness. The true renunciation is not giving up the world, but detached from the ego. See, everybody is talking about detachment, 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 detachment. You see what I'm saying? It's not about detaching from physical things in the world, like running off into the mountains, running off into the caves. Why my phone not on D&D? Hold up, y'all. Okay. Yeah. So it's not about running off to the Zochin is, bro. And me technically I'm in it for more of the principalities. I like finding the P, the cosmic P. That's what I like to do. So but what was I at with that, y'all? It's not about detaching from physical objects and running from your family, running from your girlfriend, running from your kids, and running from your job. It's about detaching for the ego, for detaching from the things that, yeah, that's what I'm into right there. I think we already had that conversation, Rosa Flames. Yeah, I'm heavy in that at the weight of Vedanta, and that's what we read, some shit like that. But yeah, it's not just about running from your family, running from your problems. It's about detaching from your ego, what you personally identify as. If you get mad when somebody say they don't like something that you do, question yourself. Why the fuck do I feel like that when somebody does something like that to me? This is a start on the path of self inquiry. Like, where did that come from? What does that really mean? Why am I really offended by that? Especially if you're on the spiritual path, right? Why do I really feel like that? And there's more ways to do that, but you need to detach from this identity that you have. I'm a black man, and black men only do this. Black men don't do that. I'm a white man, and white men only do this. I'm a Mexican man. I'm a Mexican woman. I'm a black woman. I'm a white woman. And I don't do this, and we don't do that. Or a real man should do this, so I do this. A real woman should do that, so I do that. Like, question this shit, because that's those are levels of your identity. Then you can get down to the emotions. Then you can get down to your physical thoughts. I mean, your mental thoughts. Then you get down to how you actually interact with reality. See what I'm saying? Because what do we say first happens? You have an experience, then you have a thought. Then that thought, from the experience to that, if that thought or the experience has enough impression on your thoughts, it leaves a mental impression, which we call some scars. From that, some scars, you come down here to your belief systems. So now you have created a belief about that experience. Here's the thing about belief, though: beliefs aren't fucking real. That's why they call beliefs. It's not a knowing. These are not your knowing. These are your beliefs. Beliefs can change. How? By going back through this inquiry process to yourself and understand, like, damn, because you delete, distort, and goddamn, you delete, you distort, and what do you do? What else do you do with the information? You generalize. So you delete, distort, and generalizing fucking information. We always do it. Why though? It's not a flaw. You get what I'm saying? It's not a flaw within you on why you do that. You do that simply because you can't take in all the data at the same goddamn time. You ever seen your computer malfunction and overload because you putting too much data in it? You got too many tabs open, and it's trying to keep tab of all that shit that's going on in that one tab. You got 15 other tabs open. The same thing with the mind. What Empress Divine say? Hold up. Why am I not looking at my computer? Hold up. This one I'm supposed to be reading the comments at. And Miss Divine said it's like being so rooted and grounded in who you are that nothing or no one, no environment, substation, situation, or event can shake you or derail you. You're gonna be on track while being open to the message. Facts, facts, facts. Yeah, same thing I do, Rose the Flame. Same thing I do. I can't pin comments, can I? I can't do shit from the phone like I used to. Put it up on the screen. So, but nah, that's the fact. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We want to make sure, see, us type of people, we want to make sure that we're not being so caught up within ourselves. See, because here's the thing: if we always are open, we're not so rigid. That's one of the things. That's one of my cosmic P's. Refine your standards and lower your expectations of yourself as well, because you don't know how things gonna play out. You may meet somebody who may complain about some shit about you, and that may be a gateway to open up for you to go inquire on yourself. Why am I like this? Why does that affect me? Should it really affect me? Something about me is identifying with something that has affected me in the past to make me react in a negative way. So, although they may have said something wrong the way that they came to me, I can still look at it as an opportunity, not an obstacle, an opportunity for me to prosper, figure out something new about myself. I'm telling y'all, if we move like that in reality, what the fuck could be, what the fuck could be stopping us? What illusion? What Maya? That's what he's getting at here. Let's get back to it. Um, and it says the renunciation is not giving up the word, but detachment from the ego and false identification. That's what we just said, right? And ethics and compassions arise from understanding that we are all one. So if you understand that I am, you are, she is, they are, the dog are, the cat are, the black, the white, the Chinese, whatever, they all are. I'm not saying like that don't mean it won't run up on you trying to smack the dog shit out you. You know what I'm saying? Don't block, twist, pick them up, drop them, whatever you got to do. Duh. And let's lose common sense here. That don't mean that experience or that person is not even that person. What that person truly is, the real reality of that person is not the divine one. What we talking about here, what they will call Brahman, what they will call Atman, whatever you want to call God. I mean, you ain't have to say the word sucking though, Rose of Flames. You could have just said we just hitting them. We just hitting them geek balls. But yeah, man, we still hitting these geekies. I'm still a geeky. All right, let's see. We're gonna run through this. Okay, liberation through realization. So what they call here they go, they call liberation moksha. So we all here to attain moksha, liberation. Everybody wanna, I ain't coming back here no more. I ain't reincarnating no more. I'm done with this planet. I'm a star seed. I'm this. I'm whatever the fuck you want to be. But you're not getting through that shit with all this identification. I'm a star seed. I'm a this. You know, I'm that. I'm this. I'm really this. Hey man, that's your first class ticket back. That's you stamping it. You stamping it. But we're gonna get into it. So liberation through realization, right? And I'm aligning myself more so with this type of terminology or this more this type of thought process, right? Because it just makes perfect sense to me. Moksha, moksha through freedom is what? Is not earned by belief. So you don't get it by belief, by assuming something that you don't know. No, but by direct realization of oneness. This realization is the fruit of deep spiritual inquiry and inner experience, not ritual or dogma that may push a lot of people buttons. But if you think about what's really going on here, we do rituals for what? Or okay, let's not even say we, not just occultists, but like let's look at it holistically. Every religion. Whether you go to church, whether you go to the tabernacle, whether you go to the mosque, everybody is attending in rituals, or everybody is attending in dogma, and everybody is attending to belief, all for what? To have that personal realization with God. At Advaita Vedanta, again, yoga is like we don't have to believe shit. We going straight through the path of inquiry, the path of knowledge to know. Fuck belief. Majority of us do ritual, but majority of us deal with God on the concept of God, because we know like that's a terrible word to use for God. It's like it's not good at all. When I say not good, not saying like, oh, that's a bad word. No, I'm saying like it doesn't adequately give a representation of what this is when we talk about God, right? So, but everybody's doing shit to better their life here, which is nothing wrong with that. But if we're talking about realization, you go past that. You can still do your rituals, you can still do your devotional, you can still do whatever you need to do. But if you're really trying to get to know God, belief ain't got nothing to do with it. Belief ain't got nothing to do with it. And they say it's through direct realization of the oneness, right? This realization is the fruit of deep spiritual inquiry and inner experience, not a ritual or dogma, right? We got to remember that. Let me check out what's the names. Because I'm finna go on and flip the camera around and we finna get to reading. Empress Divine say, we each a representation of the whole. So if you maintain an open mind, you will understand the perspective or behaviors of others towards you. Is an infinite showing where in yourself needs attention. Facts. Oh, I forgot. The chat don't let you. What's her name? Had them long ass. What's her names? I'm finna put a quote in the chat. I ain't finna do all that. I'm playing on him. All right, y'all. So we finna go on and get into this chapter. Let's see. Is there anything else? Y'all all can see it on your own. Everybody in here, I think, has already been added to the email list. What Zero say? True. True. That's identification too. That's right where I'm supposed to be. I love it here. Damn, I'm missing shit. I don't know what I was talking about when y'all were writing that. Okay. So yeah, y'all got a nice one last week about God and everything. So as I said right now, the study guide is already uploaded to the Google Drive. So y'all if you signed up to the what's the name, y'all if you already signed up to the email list, you're gonna get the email get sent out to you tonight after this live stream is done. Make sure I'm able to see goddamn chat. And we about to get busy, y'all. Hold up. Damn, I gotta take the green screen off. Boom. Damn, that shit looks so much better. Damn, that shit looks so much better. I think this is what Trav be doing. He be going off his goddamn. He be live streaming off his phone straight from YouTube. Damn, this shit looks so much better, y'all. I can't even hold you. It's probably what I'm gonna have to start doing. Now, let's see how good it look on there, y'all. See how clear that is. All right, and like we got some shit going here. All right, we got some shit going. All right, I'm gonna juice it. Is my audio coming through, y'all? Is my audio coming through? Let me know before I start reading. All right, Rose Flame say we good. All right, and it look like it's clear on the screen as well. Let's see. All right, y'all, my P pushers, let's get to it. The self-existent one My bad. The self-existing one projected the senses outward, and therefore a man looks outward, not within himself. So why is it hard for us to have this realization, right? Because our senses are projected outward. And he's talking about the one infinite one projected itself outward and not within himself. Like I keep telling y'all about the tree of life. When you look at the tree of life, you see that the triple black darkness of space projected outward the tree of life. But it's like it turned itself inside out, right? In the manifest reality, aka where's the book? Why am I not putting it up? Visuals always help for those who don't know. Visuals always help. It's pulled out. It's the unmanifest sitting back there. The whole tree of life is sitting on the inside, right? So the whole existence is projected outward. So why do you think the man first uses the senses from outward? He has to sense himself or sense his being from outward, even though it's going on from the inside, but you don't recognize nothing unless it happens on the outside, if you get what I'm saying. But let's go. A certain wise one, desiring immortality, turned the senses inward and perceived the self within. As I have already said, the first inquiry in the Vedas was concerning outward things, and then a new idea came that the reality of things is not to be found in the external world. It is to be found by looking outward, but by turning the eyes, as it is expressed literally, inward. And the word used for the soul is very significant. It is he who has gone inward, the innermost reality of our being, the heart center, the core from which, as it were, everything comes out, the eternal sun, of which the mind, the body, the sense organs, and everything else that we have are but rays going outward. Dun, 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 dun. Huh? Lines right up what we talking about last night. Men of childish intellect, ignorant persons, run after desires which are external and into the trap of far reaching death. But the wise, understanding immortality, never seek the eternal in this life of the finite things. The same idea is here, made clear that in this external world, which is full of finite things, it is impossible to see and find the infinite. The infinite must be sought. Listen, okay, let's go back over again. The same idea is here made clear that in this external world, which is full of infinite things, it is impossible to see and find the infinite. The infinite must be sought in that alone, which is infinite. It must be found. You must go looking for it alone in which that is infinite, right? And the only thing infinite about us is that which is within us, our own soul. Highlight that. Said Rose Flame said he's looking at his Sakate with the rays coming out of the clown. Talk that shit. That's what we talking about. Neither the body, neither the body or the mind. Remember that, y'all. You are not the mind. Just as much as you are not. Let's see. Let's get this shit lined up right. Ain't that look good? Damn, going live straight from YouTube is way better than doing this shit on the what's name. Huh. Okay. Because the camera on this mom, I got that so-called HD 4K camera on this shit, man. All right. Neither the body nor the mind, not even our thoughts, nor the world we see around us is infinite. The seer, he to whom they all belong, the soul of man, he who is awake in the internal man, alone is infinite, And to seek the infinite cause of this whole universe, we must go there. In the infinite soul alone, can we find it? Excuse me. He who is here, hold up. What is here is there too. And what is there is also here. Is that not as above, so below, so within, so without? That's the same thing, right? He who sees the manifold goes from death to death. We have seen how at first there was a desire to go to heaven. Now he's about to get into some shit. I ain't too many heavy religious people here, so it's okay. But he about to get into some shit that a lot of people will disagree with. All right? But let's get to it. Let's get it. Y'all big boys and big girls. Y'all can handle this shit. If you just join, hit that like button. Hit the like button. I see when you come in, hit the like button. It's just proper etiquette to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Back out of the chat and hit that like button. It's all love. We pushing Cosmic P. We have seen how at first there was a desire to go to heaven. When the ancient Aryans, right? When the ancient Aryans, right? So for those who still think that the Aryan Brotherhood is the Aryan Brotherhood, that's not the case. This shit come from a whole nother place. When the ancient Aryans become dissatisfied with the world around them, they naturally thought after death that they will go to certain places where there were. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's start over again. Getting caught up in my words. When the ancient Aryans became dissatisfied with the world around them, they naturally thought that after death they would go to certain places where there would be all happiness without any misery. These places are called swargas. The word may be translated as heavens. Where where they where there would be joy forever. The body will become perfect and also the mind. And there they would live with their forefathers. But as soon as philosophy came in, found out that this was impossible and absurd. The very idea of something infinite in any place would be a contradiction in terms, as a place must begin and continue in time. And therefore they had to give up that idea. Let's highlight this. Let's see. But as soon as man philosophy, this was the impossible and absurd. The very idea of something infinite in any place would be a contradiction in terms of place must begin and continue in time. So what? If time is an illusion, then what does that say? If you just join, hit that like button. That's what that say. So if time is an illusion, what does that say? All right. Therefore, they had to give up that idea. They found out that the gods who lived in these heavens were human beings who, through their good works on earth, had become gods, and that these various divinities were different states, different positions, elementes. I tried to make it rhyme, but let's try like that. They found that the gods who live in the heavens were human beings who thought there were good works on heaven and earth and came to various deity, different states, and different positions. We should still. Damn, it look like it's cricket. That don't look straight neither. Make sure that's straight. Alright, that should be good right there then. Okay. Pull up on the big screen over here, my boy. My boy. Alright. Like he got a slight delay, but we good. Alright. None of the gods spoken in the Vedas are permanent individuals. For instance, Indriya and Varuna are not the same, are not the names of certain persons, but the names of positions as governors and so on, right? So the Indriya might not be a name of a certain deity, it's the position, it's a title. Are y'all hearing that? It's a title. Now he's like I said, this man is coming out saying this shit in the 1890s. Niggas just got out of slavery over here, supposedly. Niggas just got out of slavery over here. And in India, so I was told that in India they have more of a religious freedom over there. You see what I'm saying? Like they won't call it, they won't say, you know what I'm saying, too much of that blasphemous shit. Like they had plenty of ideas where you can, you know what I'm saying, the whole Vedas, you can one person can worship Ganesh, one can worship Indra, or one can worship, you know what I'm saying, Brahman or Hanuman, you know what I'm saying, one Durga, you know what I'm saying. You can deal with all these energies and nobody would say like, oh, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, they're just his basically like that's his personal God. That's what they deal with. They still respect all of them. But him coming out saying shit like this back then was some radical shit. And if you know, you know who his teacher was. I don't be showing y'all books just so it can be cute. I need y'all to take notes, screenshot, you know, but let me get on up out of that with that. All right. Um, for instance, Indra and Varuna are not names of certain powers, but the names of positions and governors, and so on. The Indriya who lived before is not the same person as the Indriya of the of the what? Of the what, Swami? What you trying to tell me, Swami? Was not the Indriya of my nigga? Let's see. Was not the Indriya of the present day. He passed away, and another man from earth has filled his place. Am I missing something? Having freedom of religion is huge. Now, facts. Facts, brother. Thanks, fam. Yo, we actually just went to local Christian temple this past week. So beautiful. Hey, I gotta go to one out here. They got a Vedanta, a Advaita Vedanta ashram out here. And I said I'm gonna check it out, and I meant that. Hasaja, peace, 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 love, peace, peace. Empress Divine said the only way out is in. That's it. Let's see. So he has passed away, and another man from earth has filled his place. So with all the other gods, same with all the other gods, what he's saying. These are certain positions which are filled successfully by human souls who have raised themselves to the condition of gods, and yet even they die. In the old Rig Veda, we find the word immortality used with regard to these gods, but later it was dropped entirely. For it was found that the true immortality, which is beyond time and space, cannot be spoken of with regard to any physical form, however subtle, however fine it may be. Come on, man. Let's see. It must have had, listen. Did God create man or man? Or did the gods create man or did the man create the gods? All right. It must have had a beginning in time and space for the necessary factors that enter into the makeup of the form are in space. Hold on, let's read that again. It must have had a beginning in time and space for the necessary factors that enter into the makeup of form are in space. Okay. So to enter in the makeup of what we call form versus force, right? To exist in space, it had to become in at a time. And we know time comes out of Maya. Time comes out of Prakriti. Time comes out of Bina. Chronos. We know that, right? We occultists, we know that. When we walked in and saw the swimmer, we got hit with this insane blast of energy. Now they say that should be like that for them ones. They say that should be like that for real, bro. Let's see. It must have had the beginning in time and space. Okay. Try to think of having form without space. It is impossible. Space is one of the materials, as it were, which make up the form. And this form is continually changing. Space and time are in Maya. Damn, he just said it. Space and time are in Maya. And this idea is expressed in the line. What is here is there too. If these are if there are these gods, they must be bound by the same laws that apply here. And all these laws involve destruction and renewal again and again. That's what I have always said, bro. Like, people like, oh, we getting picked up by the star seeds, the aliens and the ancestors. It's like, bro, nigga, they here too. Nigga, they stuck. Okay, they may be in something different than what you in, but you ain't escaping. Where you think you getting at? Where you think you going? And the fact that they just can't pull up an skirt and get you no way lets you know that they are in Maya as well. They are limited as well. There's rules and regulations of what they can't do as well. They are in limitation. The gods create the man, or the man create the gods. Yeah, Zero. Yeah. And that's what, you know what I'm saying, we've been going through over there on bro page, tribe page. You see what I'm saying? Elementals. We are dealing with elementals, and they are bound by cause and effect. They just are. These laws are molding, and this is the same thing that Bobby Hemming gave us about the Egyptian gods. The same thing. See, that's why I keep telling y'all. I'm always reiterate. I keep telling y'all. People like, why are you fucking with this East Indian shit? You know what I'm saying? Especially for those who come from the Black conscious rise movement. You know, it's like, bro, they have times where their ancient texts have been passed down from sage to student. When the times of Egypt or Atlantis or whatever the fuck, whatever, pick an ancient society, we were taught that the priests in the temples in Egypt, they will go and learn about all the gods for like 30 years. And by the time they reach to that point, that means they guru, right? They guru. And their guru would tell them what? Hey, all them gods you've been worshiping, yeah, it ain't nothing but you. All that shit ain't nothing but you. And they would have to literally deal with that. And just leave them to deal with that. You probably wouldn't just leave them to deal with it, but you would still have to you would have to sit with that shit. They ain't nothing but you. They all exist in you. We created all them. It's all you. It's not that they are not real on a relative level. You get to a higher concept of what we're going into here, they all created. Let that sink in. These laws are molding matter into different forms and crushing them out again. Everything born must die. And if there are heavens, the same law must hold good there. Matter of fact, ain't that in the Bible? Ain't that in the Bible? This heaven and this earth too shall pass. Somebody pull up the Bible verse. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see. Let's see. Matthew 24, 25, 34. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Heaven and earth will pass away. What you mean, Athena? What if the gods are born into man? Give me a little bit more context. Give me a little bit more context. But heaven and earth will pass away. So what does that say? Does that not? I'm just saying, if we still were Christian and it sound like blasphemous shit, that's going along exactly with what the fuck he's saying. Heaven and earth too shall pass away. They are in Maya, y'all. The heavens are in the illusion as well. In this world we find, In this world, we find that all happiness is followed by misery as its shadow. All happiness is followed by misery as its shadow. Life has its shadow. What's that? Death. They must go together. Life and death go together real bad. They must go together because they are not contradictory, not two separate existences, but different manifestations of the same unit, which appears as both life and death, sorrow and happiness, good and evil. The dualistic concept that good and evil are two separate entities and that they both continue eternally is absurd. Okay, let's close this out. Get back over here so I can read the chat. Hey, if y'all just joined, please hit that link in the that's pinned in the comments and it's in the description that says join the email list. After, if you're new here, we give out study guides. We give out study guides. We just don't read the book and leave you hanging. We got some study guides for you. What do they choose to experience enhancement on Earth, and we are born as humans? I mean, that's kind of the same concept. It don't make a difference, but yeah, I agree. I can say that. You can say the same thing. You say the same thing, ain't that in some scriptures? I forgot what book. The guys in heaven look down on no, the man on earth looks up at the heavens and say the gods are in heaven, and the guys in heaven look down on earth, say the gods are on earth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we call ourselves gods anyway. So yes, so technically, yes, that's exactly what I would agree with. That's the terminology I would agree with. That gods can come in. Hold up, Chino say he clicked on it, it's not working. Somebody else try the link and see if it's working. Matter of fact, I can click on it. Yeah, you should just be able to straight click on it. I don't know what Rose of Flame just put in, but I got the study guide. So the study guide, you sign up for the email list. So when you click that link, you put your name, whatever name you want to use. I don't need your real name and your social. Or you put your email list, you put your email address in, and put your name. And make sure to not. Oh, okay. Rose of Flame just gave you the PDF for the book tonight, but you shouldn't need it tonight. Well, yeah, whatever. But you should. Okay, Rose of Flame said the email is working. Yeah. So, fighting for higher learning. Yeah, I don't want to say your first name wrong. Click that link. You should just click the link. You shouldn't have to copy and paste it. Click that link that I pinned in for the email list. Sign up for it. And for those that's joining, if you did want to read the PDF, my boy Rose of Flame just dropped the link for the PDF. If you, because you might not have a physical book. You ain't gonna no, you don't get the email until after we read it, Rose and Flame. Cause I probably had new people coming in and clicking the link and signing up for the email list. So I just want to do that one straight shot into the email list. So everybody get it at the same time. So once we done, it'll come straight to y'all. He said it ain't working for him. No, I don't like that though, bro. Like I don't like the fact that it ain't working for you. I want it to work for you. So try this one more time for me. I'm gonna drop it in the link now. I just dropped it again. If not, bro, if that if that don't work, hopefully you can yeah, I wanted to see on the mobile as well. If that don't work, in my what's the name, I got my IG inside my the link and the description. I got my IG. So yeah, it should work for you, bro. Definitely should. If not, I got my IG, bro. If you know what I'm saying, if it's something to you, definitely hit me on IG and I'll send that link personally to you, bro. Because that's what I'm about over here, about building community. So I ain't turning nobody away, especially with a name like Higher Learning, fighting for higher learning. Like, hell no, I want you part of the team, bro. So or the family, really. So if that don't work, I'm gonna make sure I get it to you. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up in the DMs, bro. Where we at with it, y'all? Let's see. All right, the dualistic concept that good and evil are two separate entities and that they both continue eternally is absurd. So everybody else saying they can't click it. Swear to God, I just clicked the link and I went off and it worked for me. Okay, hold up. We need somebody else to click this link because if it ain't letting people sign up, he said he did on his laptop. Try it again, Rose of Flame, from your phone. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, you're right. So let me switch YouTube channels. Let's see. But it should be no block link though. Damn, I don't like that shit. All right, damn, y'all. I want y'all to tell me something. Cause I'm finna fix that shit right now. Yeah, I checked the website, so it says it's working. It says it's working, y'all. People who want to claim God is on. People want to claim God. Okay, hold up. Yeah, YouTube needs to fix that. Hold up. It still say that it is. It still say that the website is still live. It's not locked or blocked. It says it's still live. Yeah. So let's see here. So if you just damn, I done lost by like 6 people because I was trying to do that, but it's all good. People want to claim God only good, but God created all things. Yes. That means he also created dark as well. The dark is also his creation. We as humans have both dark and light, and we are challenged with making peace with both sides within ourselves and our soul. That's exactly the type of P we pushing over here, Athena. That's the exact type of P that we pushing over here. That's what we push over here. We don't do that other shit. You know what I'm saying? That other shit, whatever that other shit is. What how you learn fight fire learn to say exactly move with love, unconditional love with self. Facts. And you have no choice but to move through the world like that with other people around you. That's what we're getting into today. Let's get over here. All right. So I don't like how crooked it look. They'll be back. Okay. It's absurd. Appreciate you for showing support, bro. Appreciate you showing support. Say less, say less. Hopefully you can hit me in the DMs or come back and check that link and sign up for that what's the name because that PDF study guide going out tonight, brother. And I'm gonna be giving weekly updates as well. Okay. So the fact that good and evil are two separate entities and that they both continue eternally is absurd. On the face of it, is absurd on the face of it. They are the diverse manifestation of one and the same fact, one time appearing as bad and another as good. The difference is not one of a kind, but only of degree. They differ from each other in intensity. We find, as a matter of fact, that the same nerve systems carry good and bad sensations alike. And when the nerves are injured, neither sensation comes to us. If a certain nerve is paralyzed, we do not get the pleasurable feelings that used to come along with that wire. And at the same time, we do not get the painful feelings either. They are not essentially different. Again, the same thing produces pleasure and pain at different points of life. The same phenomenon will produce pleasure in one and pain in another. Do you hear that? The same phenomenon will produce pleasure in one and pain in another. Don't they say the same thing to make you laugh and make you cry? The eating of meat, the eating of meat. Hold on, where we at? The eating of meat produces pleasure in a man, but pain in the animal which is eaten. There has never been anything which gives pleasure to all alike. Do you hear that? There has never been anything which gives pleasure to all alike. Some are pleased, others displeased. So it will go on. You would never be able to make everybody happy. Never. Therefore, this duality of existence is denied. And what follows? I told you in my last lecture that we can never ultimately have everything good on this earth and nothing bad. It may have disappointed and frightened some of you, but I cannot help it, and I am open to conviction if I am shown the contrary. But until that can be proved to me, blah, 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 blah. But I cannot help it, and I am open to conviction if I am shown the contrary. But until that can be proved to me, I cannot accept it. The general argument against my statement, and apparently a very convincing one, is that in the course of evolution, all that is evil in what we see around us is gradually being eliminated. And that if the process of elimination continues for millions of years, a time will come when all evil will have been extirpated. Who believes all evil is going to get rooted out? Hold on, let's make sure it's clear, y'all. That don't look clear to y'all. Look like y'all see half of the damn page. Let me see. All right, that looks better. And the good alone will remain. This is apparently a very sound argument. Would to God it were true. Would to God it were true. Okay, this is the 1890s where he talking, so I don't know. Would to God it were true. But there is a fallacy in it, and it is this. It takes for granted that both good and evil are entities that are eternally fixed. It takes for granted that there is a definite mass of evil which may be represented by 100, and likewise a definite mass of good, and that this mass of evil is being diminished every day, leaving only the good. But if it is so, the history of the world shows that evil as well as good is continuously increasing quantity. Take the lowest man. He lives in a forest. His power of enjoyment is very small, and so also is his power to suffer. His misery is entirely on the sense plane, your five senses. His misery is entirely on the sense plane, right? So it's only in his body. It's only in his whatever. If you just join and hit that link to join this email list to get these PDFs sent out to y'all, man. We're gonna get these PDFs sent out to y'all, these study guides. We don't want you just to read it. We want you to read it, leave it, and motherfucking see it. All right. Take the lowest man. He lives in the forest. His power of enjoyment is very small, and so also his power of suffer. His misery is entirely on the sense plane. He does not get plenty of food. He is miserable. If he does not get plenty of food, he is miserable. But give him plenty of food, he is but give him plenty of food and freedom to rove and to hunt, and he is perfectly happy. His happiness is only in the senses, and so is his misery. But if that man's knowledge increases, his happiness too will increase. His intellect will develop, and his sense enjoyment will evolve into intellectual enjoyment. He will feel pleasure in reading a beautiful poem, and a mathematical problem will be of absorbing interest to him. But along with this, the finer nerves will become hold up. But along with this, the finer nerves will become more and more susceptible to miseries of mental pain, about which the savage does not think. Take another very simple illustration. In certain parts of Tibet, there is no marriage, as we understand it, and therefore no jealousy. Yet we know that marriage is a much higher state. These Tibetans have not known the wonderful joy of chastity, the happiness of being blessed with a chaste, a virtuous wife, or a chaste, virtuous husband. These people cannot feel that. And similarly, see if this shows straight. That don't show straight. There we go. That should be it. I don't know about no chaste. I'm over here trying to get some ass. Mr. Swami. Vivekananda to be correct. Hey man, for y'all that seen my IG post where I said I met my girl in a Pornhub comment section, y'all gotta know I'm childish, man, and I be playing, bro. I be like having a fun and saying some random shit. I gotta stop being so serious. Yes, I do this spiritual shit and in lives, and you know what I'm saying, and that's real. You see what I'm saying? But I also have a joking side, a very childish side, a humorous side, which can sometimes be vulgar. Well, a lot of the times it's vulgar. You know what I'm saying? It can be deemed inappropriate among spiritual shit. But guess what? That don't take the divinity away from it. Y'all gotta know I'm childish, man. That was not a real story, okay? I did not meet my woman in a goddamn Pornhub chat box. I would really be fucked up if I did. I'm not judging nobody who has, though. They just made somebody leave. They thought that was real. Um, and similarly, they do not feel the intense jealousy of the chaste wife or husband, or the misery caused by unfaithfulness on the other side, with all the heartburn and sorrow which believers in chastity experience. See? Huh? Rose Flame said he wish it was real. Not for me, bro. That ain't what I want to meet my woman at. But what I say, refine your standards and lower your expectations. Take your country, which is the richest. Hey, bro, chill out, bro. That ain't what you want to say. You don't want to tell nobody that you and your girl met each other in that type of setting. Come on, bro. I mean, well, if you're childish like me, you will. But no, you don't want people to think that shit for real. It made me laugh as many people hit me up. Hey, bro. No. Hey, Rose Flame. Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Take our country. Take your country, which is the richest in the world. I think he's in London, right? Take your country, which is the richest in the world. I mean, real shit though, Zero, you should look at things in a more wide perspective. But that was not a real story. That was not a real story, Zero. Not a real story. Pure bullshit for shits and giggles. That's it. Take your country, which is the richest in the world, and which is more luxurious than any other, and see how intense is the misery, how much more insanity you have compared to other races. Only because the desires are so keen. A man must keep up a high standard. This is 1896, y'all. 1896. Let that sink in. People keep on talking about the old days. What? When, nigga? BCE? Back in the old days, it wasn't like that. It was way more simple than that. Motherfucker saying this shit in 1896, a man must keep up a high standard of living, and the amount of money he spends in 1 year would be a fortune to a man in India. You cannot preach to an Englishman about simple living because society demands so much of him. See what I'm saying? Listen, you cannot preach to an Englishman about simple living because the society demands so much of him. That's why I say you don't need, because we got to understand, I'm reading this shit for context of principles, right? Context principles. Some people read this shit, get inspired, and then, you know what I'm saying, fight themselves and try to live like a monk. That's not everybody's reality. All right? That's not everybody's reality. That's not our common dharma over here. Now he's gonna make a point, which I'm pretty sure, but what I'm saying is we live in a whole different reality over here. So we gotta make best with what the fuck we got. And I believe the system of thought of Jnana Yoga or Advaita Vedanta opens up a better pathway for us over here. It's not about completely disregarding the world. No, you need to realize that you are that pure unconditioned consciousness that we call God, and you need to live and sit with it and study it and still do practices, but you still go to work. You still got your job. You still got your kids. Still got your wife. Still got your girlfriend. You just don't cling on to this world. You don't go head first into this world, bro. People going head first into this world and some acting like they not. What do we just talk about? The detachment from the ego. It's not about detaching from human beings and what's her name. Even though they can be a part of it as well. But it's deeper than that. You cannot preach to an Englishman about simple living because society demands so much of him. The wheel of society is rolling on. It stops not for for the widow's tears or the orphan's wails. This is the state of things everywhere. Your power of enjoyment is developed. Your society is very much more beautiful than some others. You have so many more things to enjoy. But those who have fewer have much less misery. That's all we saying. How much do you need? That's all I be saying, bro. How much do you need? How much do you need? Oh, shit. Me personally, I'm not trying to be a billionaire millionaire. If it happens, fucking cool. If it fucking happens, fuck it. Oh, Athena says it's not just our ego; it's unhealthy ego. We need to detach from ego. Is it isn't just dark? It's both light and dark. But is it healthy or unhealthy ego? Oh no, okay, Athena. Okay, I think this is your first time coming over here. Yeah, we don't. We definitely not over here. We don't talk about the ego in that aspect. So when we talking about ego, we just talking about the over identification of oneself, one's ideas, one's thoughts, one's emotions. So when we talking about the ego, we talking about self identification with manifest reality, right? So we ain't gonna say it's good nor bad because you need the ego because the ego needs to identify what's hot, what's cold, what's a book, what's a car, what's a vape pen. You know what I'm saying? What's blue, what's red. The ego is used to identify. So no, we're not saying that we're not talking about what people be saying ego death. We don't rock like that over here. I don't even use them type of words. We talk about an ego integration. The ego needs to be used for certain instances. So the ego needs to be put in its place. It needs to be balanced, right? Was basically what you're saying. But a lot of people, and I'm not saying that you do, but I know what's going on out there on other YouTubes and TikToks and Instagrams, and they misconstrue the ego as it's something bad. It's not nothing bad. But here we go. If we are on the path, hold on, let's see if it's showing up on the screen. If we are on the path to get from here to here, ego doesn't get past here. The identification of self, hold up, damn. Yeah. The identification of self doesn't get past here. You know what I'm saying? That identify with anything in a manifest reality, period, in general, period, doesn't get past here. We're trying to get here. Really, all this back here. Because what we're talking, hey, hey, I'm about to get the goddamn talking about the next presentation I got going on. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we just cleared up that ego. But yeah. I fuck with the way you thinking, Athena. I like the way you thinking. That's how we moving over here too. And what Empress Divine say? Integration of the dark night of the soul. That's it. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. What I was saying, Trav got us good, huh? Damn, Rosie Flame. I probably missed what you talking about. All right, hold on, y'all. But those who have fewer have less memory, less misery, right? So those who are attached to less, when we talking about attachment, that's what I keep telling y'all. When we talking about attachment, we're not talking about um the normal basic attachment. You see what I'm saying? Damn, I'm finna go somewhere with that. You can still have things. You don't need to disregard all things. But how overly attached emotionally are you with this? You see what I'm saying? Because everything over here is meant to go up and down. Not just over here in America, but in the world, in the manifest reality, all universes, all heavens, all hells, ups and downs, ups and downs. So how overly attached are you to this with your identification? How much do you identify with it? Yeah, zero. Yeah, zero. Yeah. You know what's coming soon. Yeah. I got a fire live screen coming soon. Y'all, if y'all just joining, hit that like button, hit that pinned comment in the chat that says sign up for the email list. Right? We got weekly updates coming, but right now we got the study guide coming. We don't want you to just read it and leave it. We want you to read it and still see it. So it stick to your motherfucking mental. You can argue thus throughout. The higher the idea you have, the greater is your enjoyment, and also the more profound your misery. One is like the shadow of the other. The evils are being eliminated by the evils being eliminated may be true, but if so, the good also must be dying out. That's highlightable. That's highlightable. But are the evils But are not the evils multiplying fast and the good diminishing, if I may so put it? If good increases in arithmetical, y'all know I can't talk real good. Arithmetical proportion, evil increases in geometrical proportion, and this is Maya. Maya, arithmetical arithmetical proportion. Evil increases in geometrical proportion. And this is Maya. I mean, by the way, we'll be getting in these studies like this. Yeah, no, facts. I think it said the three negative veils are the lower three chakras, correct? Oh no. Um, no, definitely not. Three negative veils. Well, do I have a better? It's that whole background. Okay. Let's see if we can get a better picture. I got it on other videos, but Athena is new, so we're gonna show her that same love that we always do. Damn, I'm trying to find another picture that has it. Let me see Andrew Wang's book. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, give me a second. I'm going through this book trying to find a clear picture of it. That actually shows the three. God damn it. We just have to make do with what we got here, y'all. And I'm about to show you. So this is the tree of life, right? It's the same thing that I just showed you. It's just a wider version of it. I can't zoom out too much. But back here, Ain Sof. So we got Ain, then Ain Sof, then Ain Sof R. Those are the three negative veils of existence. Limitless light sitting in the back. No, it's okay, Athena, cause shit. No, hell no. So over here, you get all the little we ain't doing nothing but pushing cosmic P over here. So we all here to learn. So we still learning. And here I wouldn't have learned this deep of the tree of life if it wasn't for Travis Majors. Travis Majors came popped up on my timeline and my news feed and helped teach me and help me learn this shit too. So I learned a little bit of this, and then by the time I got with Trav, I got a better understanding. And this shit is a domino effect, which led me to this type of book that reread. You see what I'm saying? And I'll bring it all, I'll home it all in, right? But the three negative veils are limit is darkness, limitless, and then limitless light. Ain't so far. So that is where the tree comes out of. The tree of life comes out of the triple darkness, the three veils of existence. And it comes in three phases by way of what the Kabbalists say. So based off what I just showed you, now look at this. That's not the three negative veils of existence. It's all back here. This whole thing back here, this is Kether. This whole background is the three negative veils of existence, which they call what? The cultists, you know what the three negative veils of existence are. If not, that's fine. And I'm not talking just to you, Athena. You know, people gonna be watching this on the replay. If not, it's fine because I have a live stream presentation that's gonna go into that. Gonna go into that. Yeah, no, Athena over here, you gonna learn with us. That's what we here to do. That's what we're here to do, bro. This is a fucking community over here. This is a fucking community, and I'm glad you over here. Glad you over here. Hopefully, you hit that link to subscribe to that damn study guide. Because that study guide helps us get to understand this shit even more after we do the live readings. Like, I think that's real important. I'm glad I added that aspect to it. Because people been hitting me back like, damn, bro, these study guides really been hitting the spot. So I'm like, hey, that's all I want to do is be able to get something so you can stick with it. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you don't have a book, you can have a study guide and get the whole gist of what the book is giving. You see what I'm saying? Okay. This is neither optimism or pessimism. Vedanta does not take the position that this world is only a so what do you say? Hold up. Vedanta does not take the only view that this world is a miserable one. That would be untrue. On the other hand, it will also be a mistake to say that this world is full of happiness and blessings. So it is useless to tell children that this world is all good, all flowers, milk, and honey, which is what we have all dreamt. At the same time, it is erroneous to think that because one man has suffered more than another, that all is evil. It is this duality, this play of good and evil, that makes our world of experience. If it was not for good and evil, if it was not for happiness and suffering, what the fuck would there be to do down here? Somebody tell me. What the fuck would there be to do down here if it wasn't for ups and downs? What I always tell y'all, bro, if you look at a heartbeat on a monitor going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, what does that symbolize? That symbolizes life. Life. When somebody dies, what do they say? Flatline. Beep. It's death. There's no life going if there's not ups and fucking downs. Please understand that shit, dog. So unless it is duality, this play of good and evil, that makes our world of experiences. Nevertheless, Vedanta says we should not think that good and evil are two separate entities, for they are one and the same thing, appearing in different degrees and in different guises, and producing differences of feeling in the same mind. So the first thought of Vedanta is the finding of unity. Hold up. So the first thought of Vedanta is finding unity in the external, the one existence manifesting itself, however differently it may appear in its manifestations. So let's read that sentence again. So the first thought of Vedanta is the finding of unity in the external, the one existence manifesting itself. You hear that? However differently it may appear in its manifestations. Think of the old theory of the Persians. Two gods creating this world. One God doing everything. One good God doing everything that is good, and the bad one doing everything that is bad. On the very face of it, you see the absurdity. For if it is carried out, every law of nature must have two parts, one of which is manipulated by one God who goes away while the other God manipulates the other part. There the difficulty comes. Both are working in the same world. And these two gods keep in harmony by injuring one portion and doing good to another. This is a crude case. Of course, the crudest way of expressing the duality of existence, but take the more advanced and more abstract theory that this world is partially good and partially bad. This is also absurd. Arguing from the same standpoint, it is the same force. Hold up. It is the same force. I want to make sure it ain't cricket. Appreciate the zeros. Zeros that love the community so amazing. Oh, Fine said exactly. I think it said the heartbeat of life. Oh yeah. I forgot I get my damn what's the name? It's kind of late. The chat got a little delay in it. But yeah, that heartbeat of life. Okay, it says it is the same force that provides us with our food, that kills many through accidents and misadventures. We find then that this world is neither good or evil, it is a mixture of both. And as we go on, we shall see that Vedanta takes the whole blame away from nature and put it upon our own shoulders. That's why a lot of people listen. This is non-dual spiritual system, right? This is a non-dual spiritual system, and this aligns with me. I know a lot of people don't like that because a lot of people want to have enemies. We say no enemies. We say ain't no ops. Ain't no ops. Ain't no demiurge. Ain't no Illuminati. Ain't no white man. Ain't no China man. Ain't no small hat man. You know you can't say their name. Doing nothing to us. It's about us and our perception. If you just join and hit that like button, if you just join and please sign up for the email list to get your study guide. There's more than study guides that's coming. I will be sending exclusive content for those who have subscribed. Because a lot of this, it's a lot of shit I still can't say on YouTube. Give you that raw and uncut shit. In in the future, y'all, if y'all down to start having like group meetings, like we can fuck around, the same way I try have had it set up, or we can do it non-public and just get on what they call it, um Zoom. Just hop on Zoom, you know what I'm saying, and talk about some of the content or talk about some of the books, talk about whatever the fuck else we need to talk about. Zero said I gotta try to go to the US and meet you, J Ball and Trav. Definitely be a dream come true. So, hey man, that would be dope. Oh damn! And then Rose the Flame say the same shit. That'd be dope though. Real shit, Zero. It's just amazing that you down there, you know what I'm saying, in Mexico, and you tapping into shit like this. I'm telling you, you're special, one of a kind, brother. I got mad love for you and respect for you. Real shit. Not that I don't have mad love, respect for the rest of y'all. I'm just saying, god damn it. Zero can barely speak motherfucking English. Real shit. And I'm not joking about him. I'm just saying how profound that is. He can barely speak English, but he tapped into this shit heavy. I mean, obviously you can see he can speak. I don't know if Zero using a translator or what. But god damn it, he just sent me voice notes and he can speak good enough English to the point where I can understand it. But he tapped into this high level of type of information. I'm glad that he found my page. As much as glad as he found my page, I'm glad that he found the motherfucker as well. I realize the enemies are just to awake you, just to awake you, are all even that things that you think are an opposite. Okay, 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 okay. I got you. I got what you're saying, Zero. Got you. But no, that's what that's for. Eventually, it turns you to what? To put it upon your own shoulders. At the same time, Vedanta shows you the way out, but not by denial of evil, because it's excuse me, but not by hold up, but not by denial of evil. Rafe 636, peace. My nigga coming through, standing on P. I already know you hit the like button. I already know you signed up for the email list, so I ain't gonna jump down and get through with it. But appreciate you, my guy, for stopping by and come kick it with us with this cosmic peace shit. Knuckle. But not only by denial of evil, because it boldly analyzes the fact as it as it is and does not seek to conceal anything. It is not a creed of hopelessness. It is not agnosticism. It has the foundation out. It has found out a solution of the problem of good and evil and has placed the solution on such adamantine foundations that it does not gag men as if they were mere children and blind their eyes with something which is untrue and which they will find out about in a few days. So I guess he was on a what's the name, right? He was Swami Vivekananda was going on a tour. Vedanta would have never been known. This Eastern shit would have never been known in America and United States if this man right here. These are the exact lectures that he came to bring to Europe and America. Some of these lectures you're gonna see, because y'all know this is not. He didn't sit down and write this book. This is a collection of his lectures that he actually gave. All right, and he talking crazy like this in 1893. What? I remember when I was young, a young man's father died and left him poorly off with a large family to support. He found that found that his father's friends were unwilling to help him. He had a conversation with a clergyman who offered this consultation. Oh, it is all good. All is done for our good. That is the old method of trying to put a piece of gold leaf on an old sore. It's a confession of weakness, of ignorance. The young man went away, and 6 months afterwards, a son was born to the clergyman, and he gave a thanksgiving party to which the young man was invited. The clergyman prayed, "Thank God for his mercies." And the young man stood up and said, "Stop. This is all misery." The clergyman asked, "Why?" "Because when my father died, you said it was good, though apparently evil. So now this is apparently good, but really. So now apparently this is good, but really evil." Oh, let's see what he getting to. See what he getting to. Make sure that's showing clear on the live screen. That look like that is not showing clear. That look like that's better. All right, there we go. Um, is that the way to cure misery of the world? Do not try to patch it up. Nothing will cure this world. Go beyond it. This is a world of good and evil. Wherever there is good, evil follows. But beyond and behind all these manifestations, all these contradictions, Vedanta finds unity and it says, give up what is evil and give up what is good. What then remains? Beyond good and evil stands something which is yours, the real you, in parentheses. All right? Beyond every evil and beyond every good, too, or as well, or also. Beyond every good and behind every evil and beyond every good as well. And it is that which is manifesting itself as good and evil. Don't let that go over your head. Let's read it again. Beyond good and evil stands something which is yours. What's that? The real you. Okay, we got it. The real me is what is beyond good and evil, huh? The real me. Okay. Beyond every evil and beyond every good as well. And it is that which is manifesting itself as good and evil. So it's you manifesting as good and evil. The real you that's manifesting as both sides. Not my Gnosis, not James, not Erica, not Tracy, not Jordan, not Michael. The real you. Know that first. Know that know that first. Then and then alone will you be a true optimist, and not before. For then you will for then you will be able to control everything, control these manifestations, and you will be at liberty to manifest the real you. First, be master of yourself. Stand up and be free. Go beyond the pale of these laws. For these laws do not absolutely govern you. They are only part of your being. First, find out that you are not the slave of nature. We're not talking about governmental laws. He's probably talking about both of them at the same time, but he's talking about the laws of nature. For these laws do not absolutely govern you, they are only part of your being. First, find out that you are not the slave of nature, never were and never will be. That this nature, infinite as you may, that this nature, infinite as you may think it, is only finite, a drop in the ocean, and your soul is the ocean. Are y'all hearing that? You're not a slave of nature, never were and never will be. That this nature, infinite as you may think it, is only finite, a drop in the ocean. Your soul is the ocean. You are beyond the stars, the sun, and the moon. They are like mere bubbles compared with your infinite being. Know that. My boy said, know that. In 1896, he said, know that. That's some shit we used to say, know that. Instead of saying bet, like, hey bro, you coming over this one? Okay, bet. I'm like, nah, nigga, know that. They are like mere bubbles of infinite being. Know that. And you will control both good and evil. Then alone, your whole vision changes. And you will stand up and say, how beautiful is good and how beautiful is evil. This is my whole mindset. This is the P that I'm pushing over here. And I know it don't sit right with everybody. I know it don't sit right with everybody. I'm no goddamn fool. I'm no fool. I know everybody ain't gonna want to hear that type of shit. I know truth. And those that know truth as well. Alright? Because you beyond the stars, nigga, the sun and the moon. And I don't give a fuck if Mercury's in retrograde, nigga. You beyond it. I'm not saying that it's not useful and appropriate to know that that shit is happening. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you beyond it, nigga. Dwell in that nature more often than you dwell in the nature that Uranus is in fucking in fucking Gemini. Dwell on that more. Listen to my words. Dwell on that more. That you are the infinite, pure, unconditioned self. This is what Vedanta teaches. It doesn't say all that other shit is not useful and appropriate. No, it's useful and appropriate, but only for the relative reality. You yourself are reality. This is what Vedanta teaches. It does not propose any slipshod remedy for covering wounds with gold leaves. And the more the wound festers, putting on more gold leaf, this life is a hard fact. Stop shaking. This life is a hard fact. Work your way through it boldly, though it may be adamantine, no matter. The soul is stronger. So it may be hard, but it don't matter. The soul is stronger. But Dante lays no responsibility on little gods. Nigga, we ain't depending on no little gods. The soul is stronger. But Dante lays no responsibility on little gods. For you are the maker of your own fortunes. You make yourselves suffer. You make good and evil. You make good and evil. And it is you who put your hands before your eyes and say, it is dark. You are doing it to yourself. Take your hands away and see the light. You are engulfant. You are effulgent. My bad. You are perfect already from the very beginning. Let's see what I said. Yeah, you're not a slave to nature. And if you refrain all that you believe about nature is against you, as you as, as you said, and realize we are even the creators of nature and the good and I mean of nature, the good and the evil, everything changed. Facts, zero. Everything fucking changes at that point. Everything changes. If you change your perception of where did you see your reality, here that's in the Bible as well. Be renewed, be changed by the renewal of your mind. By the renewal of your mind. That don't mean be changed because you go get some new clothes. The shit deeper than that. We talking about the whole perspective of viewing the world. Let's see. We now understand the verse. He goes from death to death who sees the many here. Huh? So that comes from a verse or something. He goes from death to death who sees the many here. What does that mean? Those who see duality here, good, evil, that's you, this is me. He goes from death to death. He goes from reincarnation to reincarnation. All that starseed shit, going back to Andromeda and shit. Okay. He goes from depth to depth who sees many here. See, see that oneness and be free. You hear him? See that oneness and be free. How are we to see it? This mind so deluded, so weak, so easily led, even this mind can be strong and catch a glimpse of the knowledge, that oneness, which saves us from dying again and again. As rain falling upon, well, that's quotable right there. As rain, yeah, why am I not highlight that? I'm gonna highlight that whole. Hold on, let me finish this chapter and I'm gonna catch y'all comments. I mean, at least this page. As rain falling upon a mountain flows in various streams down the sides of the mountain, so are the energies which you see here are from that one center. It has become manifold, falling upon Maya. So I tell you, Maya is like that. What? Maya is like the crystal. Maya is like the crystal, or that prism that light shoots through and shows into different variations of color. Right? It's not against you. Do not run after the manifold. Go towards the one. So don't run after those different rays of light. Go towards the source of the light. Do not run after the manifold, go towards the one. He is in all the moves. He is in all that is pure. He fills the universe. He is in the sacrifice. He is the guest in the house. He is in man, in water, in animals, in truth. He is the great one. As fire coming into this world manifests itself in various forms, even so that one soul of the universe manifests himself in all these various forms. As air coming into the universe manifests itself in various forms, even so the one soul of all beings, manifests himself in all forms. Hope y'all picking it up. This is true for you when you have understood this unity and not before. Then all is optimism because he is seen everywhere. Let's read this chat. Let's read this chat. Hold up, hold up. Zero says, something I learned about studying chaos magic is that beliefs are true magic. And if we realize in the core what truly are the beliefs, follow and express in our physical reality. Facts. That's some NLP talk as well. That's why I said your beliefs ain't real earlier. Your beliefs ain't real, but your beliefs create your reality. So it's up to you to create your reality. All right? It's up to you to rearrange your beliefs. Athena said, it's like what Thor said. I'm paraphrasing. What you call magic, we call science. That's the same thing Bobby used to say, too, now that I think about it. Same thing Bobby used to say. This is science. This is our science. This is the science of the mind, science of the spirit, science of the soul. Huh? Real shit, Athena. Yeah, and what Zero just said, look for Travis Major, you will love his content. And my Gnosis. With my Gnosis. So me and Trav, okay, I gotta get down and get understanding. He said, look for Travis Major, you will love his content. With my Gnosis and Trav, I learned more in 1 year than 5 years of searching. Really. See, and that's the beauty of this shit right there though, y'all. If you just joined, hit that like button. Also, hit that link in the comments that gives you access to the email list where you receive PDF downloads of what we're doing, of a study guide of these chapters. Each chapter has a study guide inside this folder y'all gonna have access to. But like that's the beauty of it. Think about Bobby. Think about anybody else that you listen to that have been through it, and you come through and you take your experience, their experience, and that other person's experience, plus your experience again. You get a conglomerate of this shit. I've been in this shit 13 years. I done went through the dark, the evil shit, and find out, oh, that shit ain't really evil. That shit ain't even fucking scary. What's scary is the factions of your own goddamn mind, not some goddamn demon. Tell you that now. All right, let's finish, y'all. This is true for you when you have understood this unity and not before. Then all is optimism because he is seen everywhere. The question is, if this be true, that the pure, oh yeah, Athena, we do this every Sunday as well. Every Sunday. Hopefully I'm pretty sure you didn't already hit the subscribe button because you've been rocking out here for at least a good hour. So I'm pretty sure it seems like you fucking with the content, and it don't seem like the way that I speak offends you, which is great. Which is great because I still talk a little ratchet, and everybody don't like that, and I understand it, and I'm not mad at them for not. But you seem like you can stick around. But yeah, we do this every Sunday. Occult Sunday services is what this is. Every Sunday we do this, and we will be back next Sunday as well, doing the same damn thing. Damn, I don't like the way this shit's showing up, y'all. Let's see if I can see if this shit looks better. No, that's all love, Athena. Facts. So she said she been subscribed. I bet. I thought you just caught me on the wimp score. Let's see. Trying to get that shit to show perfectly, y'all. Hold on. Alright. That's about the best it's gonna get, goddammit. I don't know what's going on with the phone. Not want to keep this shit straight going on. But we're gonna make it work. One, the self, the infinite, has entered all this. How is it that he suffers? How is it that he becomes miserable, impure? He does not. He says the Upanishad, as the sun is the case of the eyesight of every being, yet is not made defective by the defect in the eye. Even so, the self of all is not affected by miseries of the body or by any misery in the world. Y'all need to understand that. Okay, let's say that again. As the sun is the cause of the eyesight of every being, yet is not made defective by the defect in any eye. Even so, the self of all is not affected by the miseries of the body or by any misery in the world. What you truly are is not affected by the misery of the world, by the misery of the body, by the misery of the emotions, by the misery of the mind. I may have some disease and see everything yellow, but the sun is not affected by it. Quotations. He is the one, the creator of all, the ruler of all, the eternal soul of every being. He makes his oneness manifold. Thus, sages who realize him as the soul of their souls, unto them belongs eternal peace. You hear that? Thus, sages who realize him as the soul of their souls, unto them belongs eternal peace. Unto no one else. Uh, unto no one else. Unto no one else. He who in this world of evanescing, what the fuck does that mean? I wish Jay Biden here was still here. He can tell us what Edvacine means. I don't feel like looking it up. He who in this world of Everseen finds him who never changes. Hold up. He who in this world of Everseen finds him who never changes. He who in this universe of death finds that one life. He who in this manifold find that oneness. He who realizes him as the soul of his soul, unto him belongs eternal peace, unto no one else, unto no one else. How can one find him in the external world? How can one find him in the sun or the moon or the stars or Capricorn being in Mercury? He said, I am, but I have a cat on me. Oh shit, you good, J. Hell. But we was looking up the word ever seen. Evan, Evan seen, sense. Every yeah, EVANESENCE. How can one find him in the sun or the moon or the stars? There, the sun cannot shine, nor the moon, nor the stars. The flash of lightning cannot illumine him. Not to speak of this mortal fire. He's shining. Okay, so it's fleeting or vanishing real, vanishing quickly. Who is in this world of fleeting, vanishing quickly? Find him who never changes. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Evan, Ev, in essence, evanescence, evanescence. Ah, evanescence. Okay, wake me up inside. Yeah, you got me with that one, J. Bot. I don't know that one. You done hit the ball out of my park, bro. Now I can't even go get it. Um, let the sun and moon cannot shine, nor the moon, nor the stars. The flash of lightning cannot illumine him. Not to speak of his mortal fire. He's shining. Everything else shines. It is his light that they have borrowed, and he is shining through them. That's some Upanishad shit. I was finna say it down here. Here is another beautiful passage from the Katha Upanishad. Here we go. This is that eternal Ashvatha. This is that eternal Ashvatha tree with its root above and branches below. Sounds like something we know, right? That root indeed is called the bright. That is Brahman. That's what you are. You are Brahman. See, Brahman ain't no God. Like, ain't no picture of him. Because it's pure, unconditioned consciousness, which is what you are, which is what everybody is, which is what everything is. The only difference is we have the ability to be blessed with coming into realization of that. That's why I'm like, people like, oh yeah, okay, I can go for the occultist title, but what I really am is on the path of self-realization. I'll just leave it at that. And that alone is the immortal. You hear that? That rooted indeed is called the bright. That is Brahman. And that alone is the immortal. And that all words are contained and none can pass beyond. Because there really ain't no words for it. Mm-mm-mm. We ain't done yet. But I got a couple more pages left. And various heavens are spoken of in the Brahmanyana. Oh shit. And various heavens are spoken of in the Brahmanyana portion of the Vedas. But the philosophical teachings of the Upanishads discourage the idea of going to heaven. But the philosophical teachings of the Upanishads discourage the idea of going to heaven. Happiness is not in heaven, or in that happiness is not in this heaven, or in that heaven. It is in the soul. Y'all hear that? Not in heaven, it's in the soul. Places do not signify anything. Here's another passage which shows the different states of realization. In the heaven of the forefathers, as a man sees things in a dream, so the real truth is seen. As in dreams, we see things hazy and not distinct, so we see reality there. There is another heaven called the, I ain't gonna fuck it up, Grand Gand Haravakya, in which reality is seen as a man sees his own reflection in water. The highest heaven of which the Hindus conceive is called the Brahmaloka. Oh, that was called the Ganhavaloka. The Ganhavaloka. And this is called the Brahmaloka, which is the highest heaven. Y'all have heard of the seven heavens, right? And their truth is seen more clearly, like light and shade, but not yet quite distinctly. But as a man sees his own face in a mirror, perfect, distinct, and clear, so does truth shine in the soul of man. Zero says, totally. I can call myself a magician, but the most important topic for me and the most interested in most interested in is self-realization. And and from the conversations I had with you, that's what I know. That's what I know, bro. It's a couple of y'all that's really about that, and I talk to you, especially Rose of Flame. Like, it's a couple of y'all that I know for a fact. When we had conversations on IG, I know for a fact, bro. I know for a fact. And there's gonna be more. We're gonna be tapping in with more. We're gonna keep pushing this P. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep pushing this P, and people gonna get what they align with. Because we don't push this shit on people. We pushing P, but we don't push it on people. We push it in our reality. We push it within our inner self. And people of the alike stature of mind, not the right, the alike stature of mind, they find us and we find them. They help me evolve. I help them evolve. And they help people around them evolve. And the ones around them help them evolve. It's a back and forth. You know what I'm saying? We don't take, we give. And we receive. All right? The highest heaven, therefore, is in our own souls. The greatest temple of worship is the human soul. Greater than all heaven, says Vedanta. Well, have you heard this at? Who talks like this? For in no heaven anywhere can we understand reality as distinctly and clearly as in this life, in our own soul. For in no heaven anywhere can we understand reality as distinctly and clearly as in this life, in our own soul. Facts, J. Ball here, Kabbalah. That's where we're going with it. Well, have you heard this? Come on now. Then I thought the four. Changing places did not help one much. What did it say? Hold up. Changing places did not help one much. I thought while I was in India that a cave would give me a clearer vision. I found it was not so. Now, listen, this is a self-realized person here. We're talking about an enlightened person here, right? We're not just talking about, you know what I'm saying, some bullshitter who read a book and then just decided to go to America and talk about it. This is a self-realized souls here. We ain't talking about no pity. So those that revere going over there to the caves and the mountains and escaping reality and going to meditate, maybe it's for you. I know some people are not. They're using it. They're using spirituality as escapism. For those that understand this shit for real though, you know you ain't gotta leave all this shit behind. You just need to not be so attached to it. But even here, he comes from a culture where the yogis go up into the mountains. He said changing places does not help much. So leaving from the city you in and going somewhere where you can hide in the mountains, Now I'm not saying leaving your hometown won't do a great decent thing for you because you can get away from the toxicity that exists in your hometown. Maybe you got toxic family members and all that type shit. So get the fuck away. But that still don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, you automatically get the ultimate truth of self-realization. You still got to do the same work you have to do in that hometown. But now you just in a better place. You see what I'm saying? Over here in America. But he says change places does not do much. I thought while I was in India that the cave would give me clear vision. I found that it was not so. Then I thought that the forest would do so. Then Benares. Then Benares. But the same difficulty existed elsewhere because we make our own world. If I am evil, the world is evil to me. That is what the Upanishad says. If you don't have a Upanishad, get it. But understand, if you're gonna get some books on the Upanishads, I give you a reference for what I got, and I would say, get this. Hold up, give me a second. And I say that because there are a lot of different schools of Vedanta that all use the Upanishads. This would be the one that I say get. This book right here by Sankharya, the 8 Upanishads. There are two versions. Get them. I'm leaving it just so you can screenshot it. Maybe one day you get inspired to get it. All right. This would be the guy who book we read now. The book I just showed you would be his OG. All right. And the same thing applies to all the worlds. If I die and go to heaven, I shall find the. All right, we got 2 more pages. Actually, 4. So y'all stick around. Y'all been sticking around anyway, so I ain't got to tell y'all. Damn, hold up, y'all. It says, if I should go to heaven, I will find the same, for I am pure. It is no use going to caves or the forest or the Benears or to heaven. If I have polished my mirror, it does not matter where I live. I see reality just as it is. So it is useless running hither and thither, and thither, running hither and thither, and thither and thither, and spending energy in vain, which should be spent only in polishing my mirror. Y'all, do you understand what the mirror is? I'm missing some chat comments. Hold up. The thing that says happiness is not in the heaven or in that heaven. It is the soul. I tell you, I tell people, you recover from traumas here in this life, or you bring that pain up with you. For if we are in hell within ourselves here, how can we not take the pain with us if we don't recover from it? You recover from your traumas here in this life, or you bring that pain up with you. Facts, yes. For if we in hell within ourselves here, how can we not take that pain with us? So you're taking that shit with you. That's what people got to understand. That's why I say, hey man, when you die, all you got is your mind. Your mind is what travels from body to body. That's what's reincarnating. It's the mind. It's the chitta. It's the samskaras. It's the amkara. It's the manas. Those are Sanskrit terms for different aspects of the mind. That's what hops from body and body that reincarnates. And that's what he was saying earlier. The soul don't do none of that shit. But let's continue. And if I have polished my mirror, it does not matter where I live. I see reality just as it is. So it is useless running from hither to thither and spending energy in vain, which should be spent only on polishing my mirror, on polishing the mirror. The same idea is expressed again. Quotations. No one sees him. No one sees his form with the eyes. It is in the mind, in the pure mind, that he is seen, and thus immortality is gained. Mhm. Those who were at the summer lectures of the Raja Yoga would be interested to know that what was taught then was a different kind of yoga. The yoga where you are now considering consists chiefly in the controlling the senses. The senses are held as slaves by the human soul. When they can no longer disturb the mind, then the yogi has reached the goal. Quotations. When all vain desires of the heart have been given up, then this very mortal becomes immortal. Then he becomes one with God, even here. When all the knots of the heart are cut asunder, then the mortal becomes immortal, and he enjoys Brahman here, on this earth, nowhere else. Y'all hear that? I'm gonna just put a. You can enjoy heaven here. You can enjoy God here. God is not somewhere in a vast kingdom far put away from you. God is right here. If y'all remember what we read last Sunday, he went very deep into detail in that. So I don't want to get sidetracked. We can talk about that shit all day. A few words ought to be said here. You will generally hear that this Vedanta philosophy and other Eastern systems look only to something beyond, letting go the enjoyments and struggles of this life. This idea is entirely wrong. It is only ignorant people who do not know anything of Eastern thought and never had brain enough to understand anything of its real teaching who tell you so. On the contrary, we read in our scriptures that our philosophers do not want us to go to other worlds, but damn, I can't even see that word. Depreciate, hold up, but depreciate them as places where people laugh. You see, we depreciate these. So basically, saying these heavens ain't nothing but places where people laugh for a little while only and then die. As long as we are weak, we shall have to go through the experiences of heaven and hell. But whatever is true is here, and that is the human soul. This also is insisted upon by committing suicide. We cannot escape the inevitable chain of birth and death, but the right path is hard to find. So we ain't doing no suicide shit over here. We don't do that. We cannot escape the chain of birth and death by committing suicide. All right. The Hindu is just as practical as the Westerner. Only they differ in their views of life. The one says, build a good house, have good clothes, and good food, intellectual, culture, and so on, for this is the whole of life. And, and in that he is immensely practical. But the Hindu says, what did he say? True knowledge of the world means knowledge of the soul, metaphysics. Okay? Okay? True knowledge of the world means knowledge of the soul, metaphysics. That's what y'all are into. Y'all who watching this right now live and on the replay. We talking about you. And he wants to enjoy that life. In America, there was a great agnostic, a very noble man, a very good man, a very fine speaker. He lectured on religion, which he said was of no use. Why bother our heads about the why bother our heads about the worlds, about other worlds? He employed this metaphor. We have an orange here, and we want to squeeze all the juice out of it. I met him. I met him once. I agree with you entirely. I have some fruit, and I too want to squeeze out the juice. Our differences lies in the choice of the fruit. You want an orange, I prefer a mango. You think it is enough to live here and eat and drink and have a little scientific knowledge, but you have no right to say that what will. Hold on, let's read this again, y'all. I agree with you entirely. I have some fruit and I want to squeeze out the juice. I have some fruit and I too want to squeeze out the juice. Our differences lies in the choice of the fruit. You want an orange, I prefer a mango. You think it is enough to live here and eat and drink and have a little scientific knowledge, but you have no right to say that that will suit all tastes. See? Such a conception is nothing to me. If I had only to learn how an apple falls to the ground or how an electric current shakes my nerve, I should commit suicide. If I had to only learn, he said, for him, if he had to only learn how an apple falls to the ground or how an electric current shakes my nerves, I should commit suicide. I want to understand the heart of things, the very kernel itself. Your study is the manifestation of life. Mine is life itself. Do y'all not understand how much he talking so much shit to these Europeans in their face? Like, boy, y'all think y'all talking about some shit? Boy, y'all don't know shit. But that little pet ass shit, you can't be mad because I don't believe in the shit that you believe in. All you niggas talk about is how the apple fell from the goddamn tree and goddamn electricity and this and that. If I had to do that shit, I'd commit suicide. I'm here to understand the deeper meanings and understanding of things. Your study is on the manifestation of life. Mine is life itself. What do I keep bringing up? What I said that Dion Fortune said in the beginning of this book. This shit here was made for those who are trying to dominate the manifest reality. All the sciences are about manifestation. Huh? Swami says, mine is life itself. My philosophy says, you, my philosophy says, you must know, you must know that and drive out from your mind all thoughts of heaven and hell and all other superstitions, even though they exist in the same sense that this world exists. So he's not saying that they're fake. It's not what he's saying. He's not saying heaven and hell is not real for you. What he's saying is, even though they exist, I must know the heart of this life, its very essence, what it is, not merely how it works and what are its manifestations. Nigga, I want the why of everything. I leave the how to children. God, God. That boy dissing the hell out of him. I ain't never got this far in the book, y'all. So this is my first time reading like y'all. I gotta highlight this. He called them boys children. Don Tree, peace, my dog. Peace, peace, peace. We gotta read that shit again. This Indian man is talking shit to them folks in London in 1893, 1896. One of them, that nigga said, God damn. He called them kids. Hold up. Okay. Know that Don Tree, peace, my guy. Peace, peace, peace. I did just say that, didn't I? I forgot. That's my guy. Know that, how would say is that? One must know that and drive out from our mind all thoughts of heaven and hell and all other superstitions, even though they exist in the same sense that this world exists, right? So the heavens and hells is not fake. I must know the heart of this life, its very essence, what it is, not merely how it works and what are its manifestations. I want the why of everything. I leave the how to children. Damn. It is one of your countrymen who said, if I were to write a book about what I feel when I smoke a cigarette, it would be the science of the cigarette. It is good and great to be scientific. God bless the scientists and their search. But if one says that, if one says that that is all, one is talking foolishly. Not caring to know the meaning of life, never studying existence itself, I can prove that all your knowledge is nonsense. He really talking to their face like this. All y'all knowledge is nonsense without a basis. You are studying the manifestation of life. When I ask you what life is, you say you don't know. You are welcome to your study, but leave me to mine. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, bro, dude is talking cash shit. Uh, I am practical, very practical in my own way. So your idea, so your, so damn, hold up, y'all. My computer screen's closed. That's how I can see the comments. And now for real, Roosevelt, he brought out the sword to the Englishman. I am practical, very practical in my own way. So your idea that only the West is practical is nonsense. You are practical in one way, and I in another. There are different types of men and minds. If in the East a man is told that he would find out the truth by standing on one leg all his life, he will pursue that method. If in the West men hear that there is a gold mine somewhere in an uncivilized country, thousands will face danger and they're in the hope of getting the gold. And perhaps only one succeeds. The same men have heard that they have souls, but are content to leave the care of them to the church. Damn, boy. Boy, I ain't know Vivekananda was talking like this. He said the same men have heard that they have souls. So you niggas know that y'all got souls, but are content to leave them to the church. The Easterner will not go near these savages. He says it may be dangerous, but if we tell him that on the top of a high mountain, God, he talking that shit. But if we tell him that on the top of a high mountain lives a wonderful sage who can give him knowledge of the soul, he tries to climb up to him, even though he may be killed in an attempt. Both types of men are practical, but the mistake lies in regarding this world as the whole of life. But the mistake lies in regarding this world as the whole of life. Yours is evanescent enjoyment of the senses. There is nothing permanent in it. It only brings more and more misery, but mine is eternal peace. Highlight both types of men are practical, but stake lies regarding this world as the whole of life. Though this evanescent enjoyment of the senses, there is nothing permanent in it. It only brings more and more misery, but mine is eternal peace. I do not say your view is wrong. You are welcome to it. Great good and blessings come of it. Great good and blessings come of it. But do not, on that account, condemn my view. Mine also is practical in its own way. Let us all work on our own plan. Would to God all of us were equally practical on both sides. I have seen some scientists who are equally practical as scientists and as spiritual men. And it is my great hope that in the course of time, the whole of humanity will be efficient in the same manner. When a kettle of water is coming to the boil, when a kettle of water is coming to the boil, if you watch the phenomenon, you find first one bubble rising, then another, and so on, until at last they all join a tremendous commotion, and tremendous commotion takes place. That's why I'm happy you niggas is here. You niggas and women are here. We know niggas is a figure of speech, so that's everybody. Cause one boy, one bubble rises, then another, then another, then another, then another, then another. Then we got a long ass list on the email list, and we all next thing you know, we got something going. We gonna get some shit popping. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it happens. It starts off like this. I only been doing YouTube for a year, so we still got more time to go. This world is very similar. Each individual is like a bubble, and the nations resemble many bubbles. Gradually, these nations are joining, and I am sure the day will come when separation will vanish, and the oneness to which we are all going will become manifest. Uh-oh. A time must come when every man will be intensely practical in the spiritual world as in the scientific. And then that oneness, that harmony of oneness, will pervade the whole world. I was just reading some shit about Kenneth Grant was saying that he believed that to be the next aeon. And I was reading some more background on Swami Vivekananda. He was saying this style of teaching of oneness, of the unity, of non-dual, will be that of the future. And we'll see. We'll see. I can't say yes or I can't say no. I can say I have completely have so much breakthroughs by reading into this non-dual type of information, philosophy or spiritual practice or whatever the fuck we want to call it. The whole of mankind will become Jivan Muktas. So Jivan Muktas or Jiva is a man in manifest reality. And Muksha or Mokshas. Here we go. Right here it tells you. Free while living. Yeah, there you go. Jivan Muktas. Free while living. Enlightened while living. This is what Bobby was saying. We're going to be gods. Going on to be something totally different. We are all struggling towards that one. And through our jealousness, and and hatreds, through our love and cooperation, a tremendous stream is flowing towards the ocean, carrying us all along with it. At times, we may at times float aimlessly about. In the long run, we are sure to join ocean of life and bliss. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And that will conclude our chapter on unity and diversity. Diversity and unity, or unity and diversity. All right? So, what does that mean? That means the next chapter will be called The Freedom of the Soul. Freedom of the soul, y'all. Let's take this down. Let's set this up the other way. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see me. All right. So this is where we at with it. I'm glad y'all all showed up. Yes. For sure, Athena. For sure, Athena. Hopefully, you signed up for the email list like right now. I'm gonna go ahead and send it out. I'm gonna go ahead and send an email out while y'all right here pushing Cosmic P with me Let's see. Oh shit. So I'm glad to hear that y'all done showed up, man. Y'all hold up, this ain't it. Y'all showed up as y'all have been showing up. I appreciate the fuck out of that. Because y'all keep showing up. Now we gotta get these emails pushed out. You gotta get these emails pushed out. So what do we do that at? I'm still learning how to do this shit. What was this chapter called? Unity and Diversity. So what y'all think about this chapter, man? Or what y'all think about this book so far? What do y'all think about this book so far? He said, I message you back. Rose Flame said, I loved it. Back might have some more Advaita Vedanta type for you. Oh, okay, like some more, like another book to reference. Damn, where is the one I already sent, recently sent? Boom. So let's redo this one. SOP. I've only caught a couple chapters, but this is wonderful. Okay. Yeah, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. This one is it. What's the name of this chapter? Diversity and Unity? Unity and Diversity. And I can't spell or shit, but that don't mean I don't get this shit. Yeah, now I agree, Athena. It's a book worth reading. Zero says, no obstacle will apprehend you. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. That is the cosmic P that we pushing over here, right? So, love the young yoga or Trav, but this is on another level. See, oh yeah, see that's before I ran into Trav. Trav had a young yoga, and I got it. I ain't even took it out the plastic yet. By Swami Saraswati. Swami Saraswati. See, and this guy, he was see, and then this is what I get to learn. These, yeah, that one, yeah, that one is good. This is what I get to learn, and like a lot of these is see, he's of a different school. So what I found out is that all these people still use the same sacred text, but everybody has different interpretations of it. So you got the yogi, it's all yoga, right? But then you got the yogi, and the yogi has a different view from the tantras, from the person who practice tantra. And then you get over here with the person of the Gyan yoga, and then they have their own section even outside of that that goes into Vedanta. And then Vedanta has a whole different bunch of sections in that. But this right here is Advaita Vedanta, which means ad means none, and Dvaita means dual. So it's a non-dual teachings of the Vedas, basically the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Niranjana Saraswati. Yep. Is how it was understood in that land at the time it was written. Yeah, see, hold up, y'all. Y'all know I talk real vulgar, so y'all know my emails coming talking real vulgar. Motherfucker, this that cosmic P pushing shit. If you missed tonight's chapter, don't worry about it. We got your back. Here is the motherfucking. If you miss it, homie, we got you. Don't matter. Because we pushing Cosmic P. We pushing Cosmic P. But yeah, what's the thing to say? Um, damn. It's all the same, but taught to the level of understanding. Facts. Yo, did I mention you have the same B-day as my uncle, my dad? Oh, damn, for real? That's 17 heavily in your family, bro. I bet you get along with him too, don't you? That's 17. See, the 717 keep showing up for you now, bro. You locked in with them 17s, bro. You locked in with them 17s. So, boom, had it saved. And guess what, y'all? The email is sent out. The email is sent out. All y'all who have signed up for the email, it should be coming through. If you're new to the email list, make sure you check your spam folder. Make sure you check your spam folder. And there, I do, but he's a tough character. My grandkids probably say the same shit about me, but I'm gonna be childish. I don't know. I probably won't. But it's sent out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for always showing up. As always, SOP Athena. I'm glad you got to actually catch a full live stream. J by Hill, Zero, Curve, God damn it, Don Tree. I can't get everybody who showed up, but appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all as always. It's always love. Remember, no obstacle will apprehend you. It's only an opportunity for you to prosper over pain. Much love, peace, and motherfucking hair grease. And always stand on peace.